our schools are going down. And when I say down, I mean down in flames. Hi everyone, welcome to Teacher 1000. I teach, and what is your superpower? So this week we're looking at coronavirus. Yes, finally I had a story to tell, all the lies that did not tell. So to find out how schools are getting ready to tackle coronavirus and social distancing, stay tuned. This will be a 3-part series: the before, the during, and hopefully not the disastrous end that everybody predicts it to be. And hopefully I don't catch anything. So I have been really concerned about us going back to work and everything, because honestly, who wouldn't be when there's a virus out there trying to kill everyone who is essentially breathing and is alive and is a kicking heart. So I was looking at the plan when I found out that we're going back, and I did a little bit of research, and that was thanks to my high school teacher who was abroad in the UK. So he let me know that there's a certain strategy that they have implemented in order to make sure that there's social distancing in schools and kids are able to maneuver around and still attend classes. So I looked it up and tried to compare it to what we're doing in South Africa. What our government has decided to do in schools is first bring in the first batch of learners back into our schools, primary and high school. I teach high school, as you know, I'm a high school teacher. Yes, I teach high school, and fortunately or unfortunately, I do not teach the grade 12s, which are the people that are back in school. What is expected of learners when they come back? For one, they're expected to always be wearing their face mask so that they can protect themselves and others from the virus. Simple, yes. Anyone can follow such an instruction, right? Wrong. So, secondly, they are expected to wash their hands regularly, they're expected to sanitize regularly, and they're expected to keep their distance from their fellow students, fellow classmates. Yes, that's the proper word, fellow classmates. So that is what we are faced with as teachers, having to make sure that learners don't touch, learners don't share their utensils, learners don't share their stationery, and learners don't swap masks. Can I please try yours on? Can I see how yours fits on my face? I mean, we all got the same mask. Keep yours on. But no, they don't understand that. So we have to constantly babysit them. Yes, grade 7s and grade 12s still need to be babysat into doing the right thing, because guess what? They're still children. They still need to be told what to do. You can't let them do as they please, because if they did, we would all be dead by now. Because honestly, they think they know everything. No, they don't. They don't know the half of it, because guess what? They're children. So when learners arrive at school, they're expected to go through the process of being screened. The screening process is simple. I have a video from another school that they've used as to show how they will be combating and staying safe. I will be playing it soon. So yeah, I will show you. It's similar to what we have been doing, but not entirely exactly the same. On the next episode, I will show you how we actually did it practically, and whether or not it does work or it just looks good on paper.
Good day, Western family. We are ready to receive our learners. This is the procedure that we will follow when your child arrives at school. They must be dropped off at the gate 3, which is the gate outside the clothing shop. They will then walk down a demarcated path. You can see that we have white markings to keep social distancing at all times. When your child gets to the end of the pathway, they are to wait behind the white line to be received by our person who will sanitize their hands. Once their hands have been sanitized, they will be called to have their temperature taken. The temperature will then be recorded by the person who is behind the desk. Your child will then be asked a series of questions.
Do you have a high temperature?
No.
Do you have a cough?
No.
Do you have a sore throat?
No.
Do you have difficulty breathing?
No.
Do you feel weak and tired today?
No.
Can you taste food and drinks normally?
Yes.
Can you smell normally?
Yes.
Please just sign at the bottom for me.
Your child will then have to sign the form to verify that the information is correct. So please make sure that your child has their own pen, as we may not share pens. Your child will then take the completed form and put it in the box at the end of the stations. Once your child has put the form in the box, they will then move to our next station, down past the blue cross and down towards the station where they will sanitize their shoes. Once their shoes have been sanitized, your child is now ready to enter our school building. They will then receive a mask and a small sanitizer and move to their register class.
So, what the United Kingdom had planned on doing was this. They would have what we would call bubble classes. This is effective mostly in private schools because kids tend to carry their own lunchbox and there is no nutrition that is provided by the school. Nutrition is feeding scheme. That's how we know it. It is feeding scheme, is lunch that is provided by the government for the learners from disadvantaged families. For some learners, we know that that is their only meal for the day since their parents are unable to provide, especially worse now since there is lockdown. In order for the school to start on time, we have to help the people that have been hired, which are 3, and who will not be able to do the whole entire screening for kids that are more than 150. Unrealistic numbers for only 3 people. So what are you saying? 50 people per person. And please remember, these kids live far from school. They use public transportation in order to get to school. Also, another thing is it's winter time. And what does that mean? It's hard for them to wake up. The harder it is for them to wake up, it means the more likely they are to be late for school. So these kids get to school late and they have to find people waiting for them in order to screen them. And where are these people? At the gate, and it's cold and it's freezing and you have to wait for them. Shall need distance. We are waiting for people to arrive. We are waiting for anything. What this means is that if the learners arrive late for school, then the school will come out late because we need to catch up on the hours that we've lost during the whole scanning process, and that process is not easy. You'll find out on the next episode. The department has decided on a ratio of 1:20, the 1 being the teacher and the 20 being the learner. And also remember, South Africa has a problem of overcrowding in the classrooms. So it is a problem that we are facing as a country and we need to curb. Not just only the government but also the public. If they're able to donate to their nearest school that they feel is deserving, they can be able to ensure that the school of their liking gets extra classes, gets extra equipment that they need in order to function. The schools are overcrowded. A school that is supposed to have a capacity of 800 learners is sometimes having more than 1,000. And that is a problem, and the classes end up being totally overcrowded. Some classes have a ratio of 1:70, 1:50. The kids are essentially split into 3 classes. If your kids were 45, they'll be split into 3 classes in order for them to be 20 per class. So there will be a class with only 5 learners, which is whose problem? The school's problem. They have to come up with a certain type of schedule of how they organize these extra kids. Do they go into another class? But the other problem is the streams might not match. The kids that are 5 could be from a science stream, and the others that are extra could also be from the general stream. So that means that the school needs to find a way to balance the numbers and make sure that every child is accommodated, and also make sure that every teacher knows where they need to.
Hi everyone, my name is Lebo. I'm a teacher. I'm a grade 7 teacher. I'm just going to take you through how we managed to cope during these trying times. COVID-19, as we all know, the steps we took as a school, the support we've been getting from parents, the support we've been getting from the department, the support we've been getting from the children as well, and how we've supported each other as colleagues. Well, in my school, basically, we were fortunate because when we opened, the principal had already arranged that 11 staff members to apply social distancing in terms of the markings, in terms of sanitizing the tables and chairs, in terms of sanitizing the school as a whole. We had our PPEs delivered, mainly masks for teachers, sanitizer, and for the kids as well. Our kids are using face masks, and a bath soap. So it's been going very well so far. Social distancing has been applied very nicely, very beautifully. As you can see, I'm going to show you the markings in my class. I'm not sure if this video will be clear enough for everyone, but this is how we have marked it. The tables are not here at the moment because they are out to be sanitized. We sanitize our stationery and furniture almost daily. And the children are very safe every day. We have a new program now. We have a new timetable whereby it caters for us, the educators, it caters for the children. And, the school management is basically running very smoothly, all thanks to our SMT, who basically drove this ship to where it is now.
Teachers have to protect themselves as well as learners. Our learners seem to not be taking this virus seriously, and I urge you out there, if you're a parent, an aunt, whatever, and you see a kid out there in the street without a mask on, wearing a school uniform, ask them, what are your intentions? Are you trying to catch it and give it to other people? What is it? Are you gonna win the lottery for being the first person to infect an entire school? When you exit your home, you need to already have your mask on because you are automatically in public. You will see them walking down the street with their friends with their mask in their pockets. But why? How, Sway? How? Please encourage your kids to put on the mask. We know it feels uncomfortable, but it is for their own safety. They are going out into the world alone, and they're coming back into home, and they are exposing the elderly in their homes to whatever they're getting outside. They are the most vulnerable people that can be attacked by this disease. So if you feel like you are fine, then good, sharp, grand. But think of someone else. Don't be selfish. It's not about you. If you don't care about you, fine, it's cool. But care about someone else. Don't let someone else's life be in your hands and then you just drop it like Humpty Dumpty. You can't put him back again. We don't have magic. Once you die, you're gone. It's forever. So stay tuned for the next episode when I tell you whether or not all of these things that were proposed are effective or not. Are they working? Are the kids behaving? Are the masks on? Do they know what they're doing? Do we know what we're doing as teachers? Is this gonna work? Are we gonna die? Are we gonna sue the government? We don't know. Stay tuned. Until next time. I am Utichoma 2000. Ishangala Seshawela. I teach and what is your superpower?